morning, for your pleasure, T.R. Smith will lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
Would everyone please stand? Citizens, place your right hand over your heart, Veterans hand salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you do roll call, please?
Auger. Here. Guerrero. Here. Dahl.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Gillum. Here. Hernandez. Here. Boscheit.
Here.
Ishmael.
Here.
Pizarro.
Here.
Leonard.
Here.
Lewis.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Molina. Sanchez.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Thomas. Here. Wigman. Shefflow.
Here.
Winicki. Kenyon.
Here. Now we'll have some public comment this morning. Janice Jasper signed up to speak. You know the drill, 3 minutes.
I certainly know the
Give
drill.
us some papers to it.
Yes, I did, and hopefully you have them. Good morning. My name is Janice Jasper. I live at 2120 Tracy Lane in Algonquin. I wanted to show you today one of the outcomes of the Long Meadow project. The pictures, which you should have before you on page 1, show the before and after of the tree cutting along Long Meadow, or Section B as you know it. Winter pictures in black and white don't quite do justice to what you are seeing. But believe me, this used to be a very pleasant-looking, natural area. And the trees were homes to countless birds. Now, I get a pretty good view of Randall Road from my back windows. This has utterly destroyed the rural feel to our neighborhood. And along those lines, I would like to know if you are aware of this. The second page of pictures shows a vacant lot on the corner of Long Meadow and Randall. It is filled with evenly spaced tubes with sticks sticking out of them. We thought maybe we had a vineyard going on. But when I asked at an Algonquin Village board meeting, they told me that it is basically a Kane County tree farm. Now, those are my words, not theirs. This is where I was told the parkway trees for Long Meadow Parkway are coming from. Very interesting. But this past weekend, I walked over to the field to look inside the tubes to see how our trees are doing. I took a picture of what I saw inside. And no, I didn't Photoshop anything. If you look at the circle in the second picture at the bottom there, that's what I saw inside at the bottom of the tube. It's basically empty. I couldn't see anything, and I checked a few of them throughout the lot, and I couldn't see anything in the tubes. So my question to you is, where are our trees? The county has been very vocal that it is replacing the trees it is cutting down by a factor of 2. But if this is the size of the trees you will be using, you would need to triple that factor just to break even. So exactly how big are those trees you are going to be using along the parkway? Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Laura Bremer.
Good morning. Do you need my address?
Yes.
I guess, yes.
It's
so that they can write it down.
Sure. It's 1471 Lancaster Lane, Algonquin. Good morning. If voters oppose the latest $50 million referendum, this might be some of the reasons why. Over the last few years, the board has purchased over 1,000 acres of contiguous open space, the highest quality unprotected habitat in Kane County, truly a jewel for the residents, only to quickly make deals without even having a master plan, selling portions of the Bruner Preserve so they could put a 4-lane highway through it, and decimating a rare 200-year-old oak savanna in the process. They've discussed and investigated gravel mining the forest preserve, only to stop due to public outcry. They made a low rent deal for a commercial farm. They demolished a resident's home. They soon to be decimating 200 mature trees in Buffalo Park Forest Preserve for Longmeadow debris. The Forest Preserves District's published goal is to preserve and restore the nature of Kane County. All of the actions I mentioned are a complete contradiction to that goal. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker that's signed up is Bob Alry. Bob, would you come forward? Since Mr. Alry's not here, we'll move on. We have a presentation for Certificate of Appreciation for Waubonsee Community College by Lulu Blacksmith, Educating Director of Government and Community Engagement, and Dan Larson, Director of Campus Operations. We will meet you in the middle of the room.
Good morning.
Good morning, President Kenyon, members of the Commission, staff, and guests. My name is Dan Larson, and I serve as the Director of Campus Operations for Waubonsee Community College. I'm joined today with my colleague, Dr. Lulu Blacksmith, Director of Government and Community Engagement. This is a historic year for Waubonsee Community College as we celebrate our 50th anniversary. This is a special year, and we are honored to recognize the many community partners who have contributed and supported the growth of the college within our first 50 years. On behalf of Waubonsee Community College Board of Trustees, students, faculty, and staff, we are very proud to recognize the Forest Preserve District of Kane County for your support of public higher education, for your leadership, and for your commitment to the preservation and improvement of Kane County's natural environments. We sincerely thank you for your ongoing collaborations and for working with us to preserve our natural resources, especially at our Sugar Grove campus, which our students enjoy every day. Our history of collaboration is a source of strength within our communities, and we are glad that the Forest Preserve District King County is part of our proud past, and we hope that you will continue to be part of our bold future. President Kenyon, please accept this small token of our appreciation, this photo of our staff, students, faculty, and board members that was taken in August to commemorate our 50th anniversary. And I want to thank you, everyone, that you allowed us to come here, and personally thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now John Gorth will present the 2016 campground report. And without fanfare, go ahead, John.
Good morning. I would like to present the 2016 annual campground report. This is going to be for the Paul Wolf Campground and the Big Rock Campground both. The Paul Wolf Campground is located in Elgin. It's actually about 2.5 miles west of Randall Road, located within the Burnage Forest Preserve. It offers 89 improved RV campsites with electrical and water hookups. We actually have 5 sites, which we've recently done here in the last 3 years, that are ADA accessible to in the RV campsites. There are also 10 primitive sites. 2 of those are also ADA accessible. We have 5 equestrian sites for horse camping, and then we've got 700 acres total at the Paul Wolf Campgrounds with 9 miles of trails. We have 2 ponds, catch and release fishing only, and of course our campgrounds are pet friendly. This slide here is a 3-year revenue comparison for the Paul Wolf Campground. As you can see, in 2014, our total revenues were $132,075. In 2015, $146,086. In 2016, it was $154,217. That was an increase from 2015 by $8,131. Paul Wolf Campground 2-year monthly occupancy comparison. In 2015, September was the highest month of occupancy at 47%. In 2016, the months of May and September had the highest at 40%. And as you can see, the holiday weekends are the most busiest for us too. So, 2-year comparison of daily occupancy. Fridays and Saturdays have the highest occupancy rates, which is understandable. The remainder of the week averages about 31%. 2-year comparison of holiday occupancy. As you can see, in 2015, Labor Day and Memorial Day had the highest holiday occupancy at 84%. In 2016, it was Memorial Day, had the highest occupancy at 91%. For the Paul Wolf Campgrounds, it was established in 1981. In 2009, we expanded the campground to 89 sites from 48. During this last slide here, if you can see, for the 2-year comparison of holiday occupancy, if we wouldn't have expanded that campground in 2009, we would have been turning people away. So we would have been completely full at 48 sites. Moving on to the Big Rock Campground, it opened in August of 2013. It's located within the Big Rock Forest Preserve in Big Rock. We have 96 improved RV sites there, along with 9 primitive sites. The RV campsites have 6 ADA accessible sites, and the primitive also has 2, as well as Paul Wolf, ADA accessible sites, 4 equestrian campsites, and Big Rock has 850 acres of mature woodlands and quality wetlands and open meadow. Attractions include at Big Rock is 10.3 miles of trails, which we found good for the equestrian campgrounds. They tend to utilize those. Big Rock is new to the organization, so it's catching on very quickly as we're only into our 3rd year here, going into our 4th. Catch and release fishing, that's going to be, we have a pond at Big Rock right now inside the campground, and we also have the Big Rock Quarry for fishing. It is also pet friendly, and then nearby is the Deer Valley Golf Course. 3-year revenue comparison for Big Rock. 2014, as you can see, was $51,923. 2015, $60,195. In 2016, it was $83,624, and that was an increase from 2015 of $23,429. Big Rock Campground 2-year monthly occupancy comparison. In 2015, our highest monthly occupancy was July at 16%, and in 2016 was 25% in September. These numbers are a little low, but it's just due to the fact that the campground is so new and it's still catching on. The 2-year comparison of daily occupancy. In 2015, our highest daily occupancy was on Saturdays at 22%, and in 2016, the highest daily occupancy was Saturdays at 33%. And as you can see, our weekends are always our busiest, and especially the holiday weekends also. And then the 2-year comparison of the holiday occupancy. Memorial Day had the highest holiday occupancy at 37%, and then Columbus Day had the highest holiday occupancy in 2016 at 53%. The increase to 53% in 2016, we found that on the holiday weekend, especially now we're taking camping club reservations at the campgrounds. This has increased our occupancy considerably, especially at Big Rock this year. These are are the combined revenues and expenses for the Paul Wolf Campground and Big Rock Campgrounds. In 2015, our total revenues were $206,281. Our total operating expenses to keep the campgrounds functional is $158,800. So in 2015, our net proceeds were $47,481. That was both campgrounds combined. In 2016, you can see that it increased to $237,841 for total revenues, and so our total expenses was $165,081. So our net proceeds were $72,760. I threw in a few slides here. I believe there's going to be 3 here. We have a 18-question campground survey that we hand out at the campgrounds when the campers come in, and then we also have it on our website. I just pulled a few of these highlighted slides out here, and the first one here is, how would you rate our campgrounds overall? And 99% of the respondents rated the campgrounds excellent or good, and the majority of respondents rated them excellent. How would you rate the campground for customer service? It was exactly the same. 99% of the respondents rated the campgrounds in excellent or good, and the majority of these respondents rated it excellent. And then the last slide was, do you plan on camping here again? 88% of them said yes, and the 12% in the no category there is nothing to be worried about. Those are people that are normally just passing through, so they're not coming back to the area. So. Our current programs that we're offering at the campgrounds right now, we have a Camp with a Ranger program. That's our staff that we have out in the field who specialize in various areas. If a person or a family wants to come out and be a first-time camper, and we have this offering for them. It's $40 for one night, and we offer up a tent, a cooking stove, and then the Ranger will be available to get them all set up. They will leave them for the evening. They'll always have phone contact, and then the Ranger will come back in the morning. So this is a good opportunity for families who have never been, who have never experienced camping to come out to our campgrounds and utilize this program. In 2014, we began the camping club reservations, and as I mentioned, for the Big Rock campgrounds, we've seen this has become very popular. So right now, you can a camping club can call for reservations. They can reserve from 5 campsites up to 25 campsites at each campground. And so, like I said, we've seen a big increase with the popularity of this program. In 2014, also, we had established a campground host at the campgrounds. We man our campgrounds 24 hours a day. So having the campground host at the campground, they are offered up a campsite for free, and then they are the eyes and ears and the go-to person after the 11 o'clock shift. So from 11 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the morning, that host is on duty. We also offer full-time staffing programs. We have a lot of talented staff in the field throughout the operations department and other departments in the district. The full-time staff has many talents, so they offer these up to offer programming in the campgrounds. And so we have anything from nature hikes to painting to different hikes. So that's something that the campers have offered to them also. This past year in 2016, we finished up the campground bag toss game, as you can see in the photographs here. We also installed a community fire ring at each campground. This kind of adds some additional recreation for the campers who are visiting our sites. In 2017, we're going to evaluate some of the questions that came up on the surveys. One of them going to be the internet service evaluation at both campgrounds. Right now, with them being so rural, it's kind of difficult to get hookups to the campground. So we're working on that right now, and hopefully by the end of the season, the 2017 season, we'll have those established also, and possibly offer Wi-Fi. Demonstrations and advertising. In 2016, we attended Cabela's spring campground, I guess it was open house. So staff attended this and handed out pamphlets, was able to talk to some of the patrons and the public who attended this. We also contacted General RV up in Huntley, and also we have another RV camp sales place down here in Big Rock. So what we did, we offered them to come out for a weekend to showcase their RVs, and then possibly, for the Paul Wolf Campground especially, they were there, had about 6 to 8 RVs set up out there for everybody to view, and then they had one of their maintenance men out there going out and repairing RVs if anybody had any problems with them. So this was good for advertisement for them, and it also worked out very, very well for us also. It brought more people in. And then, again, we are going to be evaluating the survey suggestions that we had in 2016. Any questions? Thank you. Yes.
John, what's the typical weekend occupancy rate?
Well, it depends on which campground you're at. For the weekends at Paul Wolf, minus the holidays, we're around 53%, somewhere in that area.
So if I show up on Saturday morning, I would be able to camp.
Yes, this has been kind of a gray area for us for many, many years. I've been here since '91, and we've never taken reservations at our campgrounds except for the camping clubs, which we just started a couple of years ago. And we have found that we are never absolutely full where we have to turn anybody away. Now that we have the expansion at Paul Wolf and then with Big Rock, we do not have to turn anybody away. So.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, John, once again, I really do appreciate your organization collecting this information. I think it helps us be a better resource and provide a better service to the community. And I have to tell you, I'm a strong advocate of our campgrounds here. It's a staycation opportunity for our families. It's definitely a wholesome, environmental, sensitive or appreciative kind of thing you could do with your family. And I really would encourage everyone in the community to take advantage of what their Forest Preserve offers. So thank you very much, John, for the presentation.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And now I notice that Mr. Alry came in. Bob Alry, would you like to step forward and make comments?
Mr. Pass this out, please.
Now, how many of these go like them up? Just one every board member. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Robert Alry. I'm a resident of Kane County. And some of you have seen the newspaper article that was just published that says that we are enemies for life because the Forest Preserve with the Metropolitan Capital Bank bulldozed my son's home down, the home that I gave him for a wedding present 6 years ago. I am not an enemy of the Forest Preserve. I want to be, as I have for the last 40 years, being a friend of the Forest Preserve, and I have worked wonderfully with Monica Myers, notwithstanding the last period of time. I care about the forest. I care about Kane County. I also care about my family. As you can tell, this is agony. My family is being trashed by this situation, which I'm sure the Forest Preserve says wasn't our fault. Folks, as board members, I appeal to you. You are representatives not just of the agenda of the Forest Preserve, but you're representing us people. I beg you to reconsider this situation. It is not unsolvable. I think I just heard myself say that I beg you. Let me say it a different way. I beg you.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on with the meeting. And the next item on the agenda is the presentation and approval of the minutes. The first minutes will be for the month of February 14th, 2017. This will be a voice vote. Mr. Dahl moves, Mr. Hochschild seconds. Is there discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Passes. The next are the minutes for January 10th, 2017, which have been revised. Mr. Dahl moves. Mr. Leonard seconds. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Please stand approved also. The next item is the presentation and approval of bills from February 2017. Who said that? Debbie Allen moves. Drew Frost seconds. Is there discussion on these? Seeing none, ready to vote? Your roll call.
Allen. Auger. Guerrero. Dahl. Davis. Frost. Gillum. Hernandez. Hochschild. Ishmael. Pizarro. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Shefflo. Smith. Sterrett. Thomas. Wegman. Winnicke.
Motion approved. Thank you. We'll move on to bids and proposals. Force Reserve 2519, resolution authorizing the retention of Alfred Branch Company for the assessment of 79 bridges. Mr. Frost moves. Mrs. Allen seconds. This engineering company is going to look at our bridges and tell us if our bridges are good yet. If not, we will fix it. It's the county road people do the same thing every year. I think this is the first time we've done this. Is there discussion? Roll call.
Allen. Auger. Guerrero. Dahl. Davis. Frost. Gillum. Hernandez. Hochschild. Ishmael. Pizarro. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Shefflo. Smith. Sterrett. Thomas. Wegman. Winnicke.
Motion's approved. Now we are under 2520, resolution authorizing change order number 4 from the Martin Design Partnership Limited for the architectural services for the Settlers Hill Golf Course Driving Range project. Mr. Davis, Mr. Kajara, seconds. Is there discussion on this? We're ready to vote.
Allen. Auger. Guerrero. Dahl. Davis. Frost. Gillum. Hernandez. Hochschild. Ishmael. Pizarro. Leonard. Lewis. Martin. Molina. Sanchez. Shefflo. Smith. Sterrett. Thomas. Wegman. Winnicke.
Motion's approved. There's no need for an executive session. Under President's comment, I want to wish you all happy St. Patrick's Day, even though this is not the day, but it's actually all month, right, Mr. Davis? This is not long. Well, we have departmental reports and commission per diem for February. I need a motion to approve this. Maggie Auger, Kurt Kacharik. This is a voice vote. Ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. What? Monica has an announcement. Yes.
I want to remind everyone that next week is our annual volunteer appreciation dinner.
on Thursday the 23rd. It's being held at Riverview Banquets, and hopefully everyone can attend. The volunteers always appreciate when they see our commissioners at the event, so if you can attend, just let me know.
How many volunteers do we have?
Over 600.
600 volunteers.
We usually get about 100, just under 100 at this event.
It's really a good time, isn't it, Debbie? Is there anything else? Nothing else? Is there anything else to come before the commission? Mr. Smith?
Motion to adjourn.
The motion to adjourn is a second.